So you want to organize your stuff and you want to be frugal. Can you do both? Yes, yes, you can. Stick around for 5 simple tips that you can start using today. Welcome! I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Y para mis amigas de habla hispana, bienvenido. Vamos a organizarnos. Tip number 1. Inventory. You need to take inventory of what you have in order to organize it. If this is something that's been troubling you for a long time, take a small portion of your home and inventory that. I had a request recently from a viewer who said, "How do I store my spices in a minimalist way?" This is a brilliant question, and I'd love to help you answer it. But the first thing that you want to do if you're going to organize your things in a frugal way and even in a minimalist way is to inventory them. So let's take the example of those spices lurking in your kitchen. Where are they? Do you know where they are? Collect them all and put them out on the counter and do an inventory of what you have. As part of that, specifically with spices or anything with a best by date or an expiration date, look and see, when was that? I have found spices sometimes that expired a couple of years ago. Another part of the inventory is to identify things that you actually use and things that you actually don't use. Again, with the example of the spice cabinet. Do you have a big bottle of some spice that you used to try a recipe one time and you didn't like the recipe and you didn't like the way the spice tasted, but you felt guilty about spending the money and so you just kept that big bottle of spice? I've done that, you've done that, we've all done that. And it doesn't have to be spices, I'm just using that as an example. I'm sure you probably thought of something in your house that you're like, yeah, I'm just kind of keeping that because I'm embarrassed that I bought it and I don't want to get rid of it and it just feels weird. Inventory will tell you where are your expired items, where are your extra items, where are the things that you tried that aren't serving you but that you're just kind of keeping. If the prospect of taking an inventory is very daunting for you, start really small. Start with that one drawer, start with that one shelf, because once you know what you actually have, then you can work with it. Number 2, declutter. You have finished inventorying, and now it's time to get rid of the things that you are not going to use. This is where you go to that one bottle of spice in the back of the cupboard where you say, I just wish I didn't have to worry about this. Well, you do. You need to declutter it. Because, think about it this way, if something has expired, or if something no longer serves you, if it's really just trash in your home, the landfill in your local area can manage the trash better than you. And you are not doing the environment any favors by keeping trash in your home instead of putting it in the landfill. I think this way too sometimes. I don't want to contribute to the trash problem on the planet. Well, just because it's in my house doesn't mean it's any less trash. So gather your courage around you and look at all of the inventory that you have collected and say to yourself, that I should have gotten rid of 2 years ago, it's going now. That has expired long ago, I don't even want to open it and sniff, out it goes. That piece of clothing, I haven't worn it in 5 years, I don't know why I'm keeping it, out it goes. You may feel that you have to be especially ruthless, or you may want to take this in stages. Everybody has a different way that they approach decluttering. And I want to ask you, when you are decluttering, when you're getting rid of things, do you need to take it in small stages and go back and do it again and again? Or are you a one and done, I'm going to go rent a dumpster and toss everything out kind of person? I'm curious about how that works. Neither is right or wrong, as long as you declutter. One thing that you don't want to declutter is this video. In fact, give it a like, and if you haven't yet subscribed, welcome to the Frugal Over 50 family. Go ahead and subscribe, we'd love to have you. If you want to contribute to the growth of the channel, click the link below for Buy Me a Coffee, where you can make a one-time contribution or become a monthly member. Let's keep talking about these tips. Number 3, repurpose. Let's go back to the example of the spices. Let's say that you have gone through your spice collection and you have done a full inventory. You've identified what it is that you regularly use, what it is that you occasionally use and probably need to keep, and what it is that you just need to get rid of and not worry about it. You have done some decluttering, but you have identified that you've got some really pretty jars that you could use for something else. Repurposing is a great idea. You can wash out those jars, save them for some other purpose, maybe for starting seedlings or holding beads for crafts. I'm just making this up out of my head, but I bet you have a number of things that you think to yourself, I don't actually need to get rid of that. I could use this for this other thing that I need that I don't want to spend money to get. So you can use the items in your house as resources for other things. My very favorite thing to repurpose in my house is mason jars. I love to drink coffee out of them. I drink water out of them. I store leftovers in them. They're constantly being repurposed. And I'm curious about what is your favorite thing in your home to regularly repurpose, Or if you're new to this idea of repurposing items in your household, what came to your mind? I could repurpose that. Tell us about that down below in the comments. Number 4, look for quality. At this point in the process, you can pat yourself on the back because you have taken a full inventory. You have identified what it is you need to get rid of. You have identified the things that you can repurpose. But maybe you discover, in order to really do what I need to do, I'm going to have to go out and buy something. That may feel a bit strange, but purchasing things that are quality is actually part of frugal living. Let me give you an example. I travel regularly, as many of you know, and I visit family, and I like to leave my clothes there. So I have clothes there, I have clothes here. I just travel with a carry-on bag. It's wonderful. And I've been looking for a solution for storage that looks nice in their home, that doesn't take up too much space, and that isn't just like a Sterilite container. So the Devaise company contacted me and said, we have this cabinet that we'd like to send to you. Would you be willing to try it out, give it a review? If you like it, talk to your viewers about it. If you don't, you can keep it anyway, it's fine. And I was like, well, I can't lose. I got this cabinet, and Devaise makes really good flat pack furniture. If you are in the 48 contiguous states of the United States, you can actually order from them. If you can't, I'm going to walk you through why I liked this particular product, and I want to give a shout out to my brother because he explained to me why these things were good. He built this for me, and he said that when you're looking for quality in flat pack furniture, as we were in this Devaise cabinet, what you're looking for is the sturdy, heavyweight fiberboard. You're also looking for hinges that are adjustable, and you're looking for corners that can be really square. You're also looking for a sturdy frame for this to sit on. And this Devaise cabinet met all of those criteria. And also, I have to say, the product as it sits in my family member's home is actually quite a bit prettier than the versions that they show on their website. So it delivered on price, it delivered on quality, and it delivered on beauty. Now, if you happen to be in the market for an item of furniture like this is not a sponsored video, but I do recommend them. If you click the link below and use the code Frugal Diaries, you can get 10% off of your order. Now, let's bring this back a bit more general. I'm talking about how to find quality in a piece of furniture that I actually really wanted and that I'm actually happy to recommend to you. So think carefully about what quality item you are looking for right now to help in your frugal home organization, and make your list of the criteria that you need this to fulfill so that it can be a quality item and useful for you. In frugal living and organization, seek quality. Number 5, organize. Last, but certainly not least, I bet when you started watching this video, you thought organize was going to be the first thing I said. It's the last. Organization to me is kind of like painting a wall. Think of it as if you were going to paint your bedroom. The painting itself doesn't take that long, and it's kind of fun, a little bit relaxing. The prep work, getting ready, all of the steps that it takes to get ready to paint, that can take hours and even days. Similarly, you need to take steps 1 through 4 before you can get to the organizing stage. And you may discover that when you get to the organizing stage that you have fewer things to organize than you had imagined. You may discover that you have different things to organize than you had imagined. And often the solution presents itself as you go about looking through your things, inventorying, decluttering, repurposing, and looking for quality items that you actually need. The thing will sort of put itself together. Do y'all remember the Rubik's Cube, the puzzle that never seemed to get solved? Well, organizing, when you do it in this 5-step way, will almost do itself. You'll just see, oh yeah, that's where my spices need to go. Oh yeah, that's where my clothes need to be stored. Oh yeah, oh, this would work perfectly. And I'll give you a little secret. This is not a one and done thing. You might organize something today, and then you wake up tomorrow, and in that moment of inspiration, just as you're waking up, you'll think, oh wait, I should put those spices here. I should put that cabinet there. And you'll go and move it, and it'll be perfect. And then next month, you'll organize it in a different way. And this really is the ultimate secret of organization. It's an ongoing process, and I want to encourage you to take it on as a source of joy and peace and frugal living. Take it a step at a time, and you too will get organized frugally. Now, I want to know, do you have any questions, anything specific that you want to ask about? Let's talk together very specifically down in the comments about that thing that is bugging you that you really need to get organized in your home. You can do it, and I'll see you soon. Nos vemos pronto. Bye!